Okay, so big twist of fate out of fucking nowhere. Bayonetta 3 happened. So that was certainly unexpected. Everyone's asking have I seen the trailer. I did see the trailer already, but I saw it live because I found out the direct was on the day of, and I just saw it live. So very last thing in the direct, and very surprised on that one. But so I figured might as well go back and rewatch it. I'm gonna have it muted because I don't want any copyright issues going on. Obviously, check out the official trailer for yourselves. Nintendo's website, all that jazz. We'll go ahead and full screen it. I think that should be fine. So, not actual gameplay footage. I think that's just in reference to the cutscene here. I do want to point out that the first thing that immediately caught my... I knew this was Bayonetta immediately, but the reason I knew it was Bayonetta is not for a flattering reason. I knew it was Bayonetta because fucking... This looks like DMC5's intro setup, which involving the soldiers finding the new threat and everything. So that's how I knew it was Bayonetta almost immediately. The second I saw that character too, I was like, this looks like it's Bayonetta 3. Although it is kind of weird that the soldiers can fight them. So very clearly we're not dealing with we're not dealing with the other dimensions this time around. Whatever's going on is occurring in the world of Bayonetta's Realm of Chaos. I personally think this could be a soft reboot for the cosmology, but that's just me. Anti-tank rockets are not working on it whatsoever. So pretty sturdy stuff for a casual layman. Okay, so there were two different statements there I want to dissect very briefly. Our weapons have no visible effect, and I repeat, our weapons have no effect. That's not... those don't mean the same thing, but I guess in essence for these guys it basically does. So we do see a creature appears behind them, immediately kills it. Very much DMC5 vibes. Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping they would have stuck more to their original setup, but then Bayonetta does come back in. She does seem to have a new voice actor from what I understand, but that's kind of more or less. The second that P was there, if you didn't know it was Bayonetta already, that immediately gave it away. Again, for combat purposes, if you haven't ever seen it. This is actually kind of cool. So she can activate Witch Time without actually being under the attack range or in the attack. So that's just confirmation she can use her ability whenever she wants, which is a very nice upgrade, or at least better confirmation now, per se. Her new design is... It's definitely not my taste, at least. I think her last two designs were better, but they also seem to go for more comical style as well, which is fine. I'm kind of glad they didn't go hyper realistic with her, but it just looks weird. I'm sorry. Okay, so now we get to the actual gameplay. It looks the exact same like the other Bayonetta so far, although it does look a little more fluid. Nice little fucking multi-kills for sure. The effects look nice. This game will still be developed for another year, or at least for another half year. So this was actually kind of interesting. This one right here was very interesting because Bayonetta's scaling chain is super fucking weird, and there's a lot of arguments against her scaling to her summons, which I haven't talked about yet or anything like that, or her scaling to higher end creatures. But that actual move is confirmed by an interview with Nintendo to be her fusing with her summons. So any argument you could have made in the past that she doesn't scale to her summons should be gone with this ability. Nice destructive. I actually not noticed that in my first playthrough, but it looks like you can destroy the environment to an extent, which is actually super cool. I will say I'll be upfront, I wasn't very hyped about the trailer because I was more into DMC5 setup, with the idea of we get story, we get some gameplay knowledge and shit and all that jazz, but this one did not really provide anything at all. It's just pure gameplay. And while that's nice, I'm not the biggest fan of Bayonetta's gameplay loop, or at least Bayonetta 1. I've never played Bayonetta 2. So for some reason, they've expanded the dance which it looks like it's gone from. I guess the original dances were supposed to be like erotic to an extent. I could be wrong on that one, but that's what I think I saw on the wiki at one point. But it looks like they've gone for a more childlike demeanor with her dances, which is fine, I think. But it's just a little weird that, like, she doesn't lose her hair clothing this time around, it looks like. So, I guess we're getting rid of the nudity completely. Although this might be strictly in reference to her new ability. Because apparently she got a new ability called Demon Slave. Which, to be fair, when you've done everything Bayonetta's done in this series, I doubt any demon could actually reap your soul as a result, if I'm being honest. So her being able to fully enslave her summons is perfectly valid at this point. Yeah, so this I think it's actually Gamora from the second game. Cool boss battle setup. But, so, this is where things get a little interesting. You don't really see Bayonetta doing anything during this event. Like, in fact, if you actually take a look here, and it's going to be more gameplay than lore, I'm kind of trying to talk about both right now as best I can. It looks like you don't really fight as Bayonetta during this section. It looks like you're only fighting as the monster, which unfortunately could limit some potential. Yeah, it looks like you're mainly only fighting as the monster. It looks like Bayonetta's dancing the entire time. So it's cool. Like, I'll be upfront. This was probably the coolest thing about the trailer by far, was this new mechanic. But unfortunately, it looks like as of right now, you will not be able to play as the summon and Bayonetta. You will only be able to play as the summon. Perhaps you can put it on auto at some point, kind of like how V puts his summons on auto. I suspect this will be compared to V summoning mechanics when it comes out. Again, for the most part, like, it looks very fun. It looks a lot. I will completely give the win on this one. It looks very fun. And the destructible environments are very nicely tailored to this new ability. Like, look at that. Like, look at how cool that fucking looks. Look at how fucking sick that spider went on that looks fucking awesome. Like, I'll give them 100% props there on that one. That looks fucking amazing. Well, I say it looks amazing. I mean more like it looks fun. I think we still got one more section after this. Yeah, so right here, I'll be upfront though. I'm not really seeing. Okay, so it looks like this creature can warp reality. So hang on, let's actually take a look at that again. So it looks immediately like this character is warping reality of the buildings. Like you can see the buildings being warped right there. Maybe some spatial warping going on. We see Bayonetta fighting this weird giant monster. Or by Bayonetta, I mean her summons doing it, which I'm curious how that's going to go. And then we get this final portion, which apparently no one really knows who this is, because fucking for some reason developers like to fucking hide their characters behind shit, even though we have no idea who the character is. I've seen a lot of people claim this is Jeanne. And if that's Jeanne, then very clearly she had the best glow up of the two of them over the last, 5 years. I don't know when Bayonetta 2 came out. She's very clearly connected to Jean, or to Bayonetta. That's, I believe, the toy cat Bayonetta had during the first game, or at least very similar to it. So I'm going to throw out my predictions right now. This is either going to be specific. I'm pretty sure this could probably be Bayonetta's kid from the future. I think they'll go that route I think the first game. Well, both games have had future timeline shenanigans. So I think it only makes sense that Bayonetta 3 introduces Bayonetta's child or Bayonetta's student. Like, maybe she doesn't have kids. Maybe that's just like her apprentice or something. I'm not really seeing it being Jeanne. Apparently, according to the contrast, it is wearing a red suit. Some people claim this is Angel Slayer. This looks a lot more like Sheba than Angel Slayer, but that's just me. We don't really see much more. Don't even get to see a face. We see a red moon, so very clearly his character is connected in some way to Umbran Witches, or at least against Umbran Witches, since, well, their Umbran Witches gain their power from the moon. There's not much more to say here. When a story trailer drops, I'll watch it with audio, so that way I can dissect it bit by bit, but this is mainly just a gameplay trailer, and if that's what you're excited for, I mean, good for you. Definitely my friend Daniel and every Bayonetta fan alive was very fucking excited at long last to see Bayonetta 3. And to be fair, they did put out very nicely in the gameplay department. But for me, I think a trailer should be hyping up your story and your gameplay. At least, well, like that's how DMC5 basically did it in almost all their trailers. So wasn't too excited when it was just like a mainly gameplay showcase. I think they could have maybe combined it to an extent, but you know, that's just me. We'll definitely probably be getting. I suspect we'll be getting a story trailer next month, or at least in November, since well, the game drops in 2022, but there's gonna be probably like 5 trailers. I think maybe once every 2 months, maybe. Or who knows? We might get something sooner. But yeah, no. Overall, pretty nice that Bayonetta is back. So DMC5 came out 2 years ago. God of War is getting their next game out in next year as well, and Bayonetta is coming back as well. So really, you just need Ninja Gaiden now, and you'll have like all the original OG fucking hack and slashes, and we'll have it all back. Maybe some God Hand, maybe you know some Onimusha, maybe Capcom, maybe some Onimusha. You know, just remaster Onimusha 4, please. That's all you need to do. But yeah, no. So very excited. Well, I mean, I want to say I'm excited, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Again, like I need some more story. When I see the story, maybe I'll be excited, but I'm not really too excited for gameplay alone. But yeah, no, definitely cool to see Bayonetta 3 back. Hopefully her scaling chain will finally be fixed with this game, or they'll have a definitive answer of where she scales to. So yeah, so with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next stream or video. Take care, everybody.